A teaspoon of oil can cover the surface of a pond of about 10,000 cubits squared. How many square yards is this? All right, so I'm going from cubits to yards. So let's see if I think about this, going to yards. Let's start with the answer. Yards working backwards, I got feet. And cubits, what's cubit? Cubits are here in inches. Oh, so I could do this and go 12 inches in a foot. So I'm all set there. All right, so let's start working this out. Start with what we know. We're given 10,000 cubits. Put that over 1, or squared. So the 10,000 is not squared because they already did the math, and they said this many square cubits. So I don't need a square to do anything else to it. All right, now I know a cubit is equal to 25 inches. So a cubit is equal to 25 inches. That's great, but my units don't match because I have squared units on the other one. So up here, I've got the squared term, and I don't have a squared term in the denominator. So that's what I got to do is square everything in the other fraction. So I'll square the cubits, square the inches, and then I'll square the 25, square everything. So I'm trying to get to yards, so I got to go to inches. I'll go to feet next. All right. So there are 12 inches in a foot. Well, that's great, except again, I got a problem because my units aren't matching up because I've got inches squared and I do not have inches squared in the denominator. So I need to do something about that. So I'm going to square everything in that fraction. Everything, top and bottom. Square, square, square. All right, I'm on the way. I'm almost there to yards. So the next one's going to be 3 feet in a yard. So 3 feet in a yard. Now, again, I got the same problem I had before. I've got feet squared, but I don't have it squared in the denominator. So I need to do something about that. I'll square everything in the fraction. So everything is squared. Great. Now my units match up. I've got cubits squared, I've got inches squared, and I've got feet squared, and what I'm left with is yards squared. And that's what I want. Now my calculator is going to look like this. It's going to be 10,000, and it's not squared because up here in the top it's also not squared. They just gave it to me with the math already done. The next thing in the numerator, I'll put all this in parentheses. The next thing in the numerator is going to be times 25 squared. So 25 squared times, well, that's 1 foot squared, so that doesn't matter, and that's 1 yard squared, so that doesn't matter. Divided by the denominator. So the denominator, I'll put that in parentheses. That's going to be 12 squared. Well, actually, it's 1 times 12 times 3 squared, or yeah, 12 squared times 3 squared. So that's the denominator. And then when I do the math, I get an answer of 3,086 yards squared. 3,086 yards squared.